back on again here. 417 northbound. The lovely morning slowdown. Thank you, State of Florida DOT, for a year plus of this. It's pretty awesome. Nice gift. You pay a toll and you still have to sit through this crap every friggin' morning for well over a year. And yesterday I did see a fender bender because somebody must have slammed into the back of somebody else because of the stopping. They didn't expect to stop. It's a lot of stop and go through here for about 3 to 5 minutes on average. It's pretty annoying, it's predictable. You know how long it usually takes you to get through here. It's that part you kind of know, unless there's an accident making it a little longer, which doesn't happen luckily every day. But you know what to expect, and it's frustrating that it's still existing, because if there was one more lane it would flow, which they're working on. It's almost done, I think. Well, maybe not. They have to do some ramps up there, as I mentioned the other day. But it's been a long battle here for us. Hopefully they'll be opening that extra lane soon. What the problem is the lane ends on the far right and people have to merge over, which causes a slowdown. It's really a simple equation. And then you got bozos that ride the right lane that ends right to the end, so they're the ones causing the slowdown because they feel like they're getting ahead of everybody else. This wasn't too bad. I recorded a little after it started, so it was probably another minute or two. No worse than yesterday, though. Yesterday was about the same. I heard there was a big problem up here at the 408 interchange earlier with an over-tractor trailer on its side on one of the ramps, but it didn't affect the 417, from what I understand. It was more the 408 east and westbound near the 417 that was really backed up. But I had a bozo back there when I was getting on the ramp from where I get on here every morning, and he was in the right lane, cruising along, and of course he decides to maybe try to speed up so he would get ahead of me when I was merging into that lane. But no, I hit the gas. He had a Hyundai Elantra, it looked like. I'm thinking, okay, this V6 Accord coupe will roast you, So I surely got up on it and got ahead of him, but it was silly, I don't know if he couldn't get over because there's somebody to the left of him, possibly, but he was a bozo. Driving an Elantra thinking you're going to get one up on somebody with a bigger engine. Not going to happen, bud. People who buy the bigger engines buy it for a reason. They know that's why they buy the bigger engines, for situations where they need it. I don't know what these people do in the left lane here, going under the speed limit still. When reduction of the speed isn't even happening at all, they're in the construction zone. It's 70 miles an hour in the construction zone. That's nice. There's a cooler in the road. That's pretty awesome. Somebody lost the cooler. That's pretty nice. That could have hit somebody in the friggin' windshield. And it still can cause an accident. There's a lot of cars in all lanes there and someone has to swerve. I don't know what's going on. You really have a lot of people like daydreaming or on there looking at their phones, which they shouldn't be, and they're going super slow. You got people that are in a hurry. You just got a lot of bad combinations. Look at this. Like, this guy on the left is slow. Come on, do the speed limit. Look at the mess over here, heading off at the Colonial. This is the stuff I'm talking about. People not doing the speed limit in the left lane when they can. all speed limits. Well, from New Mexico, you don't have to. But, you know how it goes. You just obey all speed limits. You need to. Laws are important. Driving laws are important. There should be driving laws, though, against people who are not doing the speed limit in the left lane when they certainly can, when there's nobody in front of them and it's open road, and they're doing 65 in a 70 zone or 5 under. It's ridiculous. You know, my grandfather, like I said, back in the 70s would even go 5 miles over the speed limit, whatever was posted back then. It's just a courtesy thing you do in the left lane. You don't just do at the speed limit in the left lane, even if it's not legally right. People do it. It's just, it's one of those transparent things. Cops aren't going to bust your balls for 5 over the speed limit on a highway setting. However, they should be giving tickets to people who are not going the speed limit. That should be the new thing. Because, sir or ma'am, you're actually causing a problem which could lead to an accident because you're going too slow. Should make it on time here today. I'm hoping. Yesterday I thought I was going to be late and I wasn't. I'm getting hit with some kind of sand or small little pebbles. I don't know what we're doing yet again. I have no fucking clue what we're doing. I have no fucking clue. What are we doing? Who's in the left lane yet again? Slowing up the world. Absolutely ridiculous. Unbelievable. How do you make time like this? Why would you slow people down in a society that needs to keep moving in a work day? What are you doing that's so important that you're wrapped up in it that you're holding other people up and being inconsiderate? Does this go on in your state or where you're driving? I'm sure it does, but let me know in the comments what you see every day in what state. And it's just, it's unreal. Driving is not hard. It really isn't. And, unfortunately it requires like motor skills and coordination in some degree. And some people don't have that. And they get a license and they shouldn't be driving. They have no sense of driving properly. They have no sense of feel for the cars, what the car can do. So there's a car carrier up there, empty one. I don't know what he's doing in the left lane. It's not a regular sized one, but he's slowing everybody down. Get out of the left lane, go in the right lane, do everybody a favor. Get out of the way. We don't want to go your slow speed. It's obvious with the line behind you. Wake up and look back. As my mom used to say, wake up, America needs you. This is absurd, and I'm probably going to be on time, but it would be nice to go a little above the speed limit if you could, like 3 or 4 miles over, like if most people do. To have that little extra assurance. I'm not here to kill time. No. Look at the road up there. It's empty. Look at that. Look at the stretch around the bend. There's somebody holding us up. Look at all the open road before the next group of cars. It's insane.
You are on the fastest route.
Oh, the fastest route with someone going really slow or going just about the speed limit. It's really frustrating. It's really frustrating, especially when you have a car that has good power. I'm doing 65 now into 70. There's no reason for this at all. Get out of the way. No reason to be braking. The guy in front of me is braking because he's probably going a little too close to the guy in front of him. Wow, we're doing 75. Wow. What do I do? 72, 71. Fantastic. No, not really, but... I hate this guy with the brakes. I can't stand when people do that. Because he let off the gas a little bit, stay back a little bit. It's not getting close is not going to make a difference in this driving setting. You're not going to gain anything by going a little closer to the guy in front of you when there's cars stacked up in front of you. You're only increasing the chances of a rear-end collision. So that's a dumb move. Get off his ass a little bit, let off the gas slightly, and you don't have. And plus, you save your brakes. Why you need brake pads quicker? You wear them down, or you touch them, or you tap it. I just don't know who's selfish up there and doesn't get over and keeps us going at this rate. That guy in the car carrier is a real numbskull. I mean, seriously. Yeah, cars are coming behind me now. It's starting to get more busy behind me. Yeah, they're stacking up now behind me some. It wasn't like that a little bit ago. It's going to cause a huge line of cars. I could have already been probably a half a mile or 3/4 of a mile ahead of where I am now. And something keeps falling too. I think he might be dropping stuff from the car carrier tracks, you know, when the cars go on, where the wheels go. Well, now he can get over, but he's not. See, he's still staying in the left lane. See, I'm getting hit with stuff. What a... kill this guy. He's special. He's a dipshit is what he is. A real dipshit. Here's the guy from yesterday morning that was actually cut me off in this Mazda. He's a bozo too. You're a bozo if you watch my video. Now he's in the right. Yeah, there's something flying, dude. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's probably going to pelt my windshield, or it totally blows, man. I just waxed my car last week. He's got to stay in that right lane, man. He can't come over again. Should have been in the right lane earlier, bud. Now he gets in the left again behind me, so that's good. Victory. It's not too bright. He could have still stayed in the right lane. This truck was still way ahead of him. See what the frig is going on up there, man. It is absolutely like pulling teeth, getting some people to move. This is absurd. Absurd. Can't even, there's a couple of, at least one tractor trailer in the left up there. Again, yet again, truckers out there, get out of the left lane if you're slowing down the flow of traffic in the left lane. Get out of the left fucking lane. It's not rocket science. I know you have a haul to get delivered and you have a time constraint and you feel like you're making better time in the left lane, but reality is you're not. You're slowing down everybody behind you. Some of you guys go over the speed limit. I realize that, and it's probably not a good idea, because if you hit somebody, it's a bigger situation than with a car. That was a good move. You're on camera, bozo. shorter truck.
Continue on.
Meanwhile, there's nobody behind me for a little while, and I get all this shit in front of me. But you see what causes the clusters? It's the individuals going too slow in the left lane. You know, in a 2-lane road, you know, you see the culprit. It's easy to pick out, you know. These trucks are absolutely horrendous. I don't know. I know we need them. We need our goods. It's the only way to get them transported. There's not much we can do. We're really stuck. But they are a bottleneck in the roadway systems today, especially with cars being able to go faster, people wanting to go a little faster. Within the reason of the speed limit, sure. Unless they're in Mexico. See, this guy here, he's a menace to the road system. He's an absolute menace. Me and this guy in front of me would be home free. He wouldn't be in front of us. Now we gotta wait for him to turn slowly at the corner. It's a goddamn menace. But if I want my goods delivered, I'm going to want a truck to deliver it. I need one. Look at this. He's approaching is he turning, or is he not going to turn on the red light? He may not even be turning right. He's still got his signal on, but he's probably not turning right. Yeah, he's turning right, but it took him like 3 minutes to decide that I'm going to be able to turn. I complain about everybody I know. It's morning, I'm allowed to. Problem solved. Little V6. Fuck, man, this light blows. Alright, I'm going to cut it off here. Thanks for watching. Happy driving.